So what is working specifically? One, we are investing more in our young people. That's just a direct correlation that we're seeing in many precincts and police districts across the city. The Austin neighborhood where I'm raising my family, many people know this is a beautiful part of the city, but it has been one of the most disinvested sections of the city, and violence has been unfortunately quite pervasive. In fact, one of the most violent neighborhoods in the entire city. And we saw incredible decline in the Austin neighborhood. But the Austin neighborhood was also where the most amount of young people were hired from. Almost 1,700 young people hired from this community. So there's a clear correlation between investing in our young people, helping them find opportunity and purpose. I was, with 2 schools in Inglewood this morning, and many of those young people said the same thing, continue to invest in us. The second thing is we're making Chicago more affordable. Building more affordable homes and creating economic stability for these communities helps situate these communities, and it eliminates the vacancy, which in many cases oftentimes lends itself and opens itself up to violence. The third thing is our community violence intervention, making sure that people who understand these neighborhoods can work within the most violent beats in the city of Chicago and begin to work with those families and showing support as well as opportunity. Look, I promised to hire more detectives within my first 4 years, 200 more. We've already done that. We're solving and clearing crime at a rate that's higher than we've seen in a decade. In fact, one of the deterrents to violence in the city of Chicago is when you actually solve violence. And our department, our detectives have doing an exceptional job under the leadership of Superintendent Larry Snelling, which was my selection. I think the final thing is that we have created an infrastructure within community safety that is also responding to mental health crises. 40% of the 911 calls that were coming through were mental health crises. Now we have an alternative response. The 988 allows for paid professional mental health crises professionals to show up to these crises. Now, the reason why that's important is, one, we decriminalize mental health, but two, it allows for law enforcement to show up to do the job that they have ultimately been called to do, which is to go after and fight crime. And so it's a combination of the full force of government using this holistic approach that has lended itself to these stronger and better trends. But look, we have a little ways to go still. And so we're going to continue to make sure that we show up with the full force of government, and we're going to need everybody to participate in order to continue to drive down crime in the city of Chicago.